Hello everyone, the 6.4 trailer is here and I am so excited to watch it. I'm gonna watch it with you guys for the first time, so I have not seen it before. And we're gonna watch first the trailer through completely, and then we're gonna do some pauses and talk about what's happening in the trailer.
Peggy 16.
I would bid you join me. Fight with me for the salvation of all our souls. Now feast upon this dragon and its ardent longing for home with it.
That's the new dungeon there.
They claim to be
hey!
soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and we're traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria.
The Kingdom of Baron.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
Okay, that's the variant dungeon. Looking amazing.
Containment seal. Then thou wouldst make use of...
So this is the promised land. The land of boundless ether.
Oriange, commence your invocations.
Oh. What are we doing with Zodiarc's spot?
Tis time to open our gate.
Of course, Hildebrand.
This is the moon of the 13th.
I've been waiting for this.
Oh, that was big.
And one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back.
Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here?
Oh, that's... We're activating the tower? That doesn't seem right.
You will go no further. At last. The moment is at hand. Come, face me. The hero who shattered the wheel and brought salvation to the world.
Huh. All right. Okay, there is a lot of things happening here that we have to talk about. I'm going to go to the beginning, but I'm going to deal with the cat situation. Hey. This little lady thinks she's supposed to be part of this little looky-loo of the trailer. So she keeps on being, like, in the way. Okay, I'm going to go through the trailer now, but we are going to be stopping a lot. So just be patient as I start and stop.
Peggy 16.
I would bid you join me. Fight with me for the salvation of all.
So he wants to fight for the salvation of all the souls of the 13th. This here, up at the top, I think this is the moon of the 13th, which is very fitting. Now, there's a lot of references to Final Fantasy IV in this trailer, like so many references. I'm going to try to point all of them out, but in Final Fantasy XIV, you do end up going to the moon.
Of all our souls. Now feast.
Okay, so I believe what we're seeing here is Astaya, and that is Vitra. So we have managed to get Vitra to the void. So we've managed to get Vitra to the void in his full dragon form, which seems to be what we're doing in this patch.
Feast upon this dragon and its ardent longing for home with it.
This here is the dungeon, the new dungeon, the Ether Font. We don't really know much about it. It is somewhere, I think, southish of Charlayan. Like, it's an island some way away from Charlayan that has been kept safe because of its, like, insane amount of ether. Considering in 6.3, like at the end of 6.3, the gate to the 13th closed. Like, Astaya's gate is just gone. We need to find another way to get through, and obviously we want to get Vitra through, and we want to find ways to travel across the different shards. So maybe we're going there together, like find some way to gather a lot of ether. Because if we want to do that, we're going to need boatloads of ether. Or we need maybe some information that is there, because this is a Charlayan territory, and they are always investigating something.
They claim to be...
I like that we can like slide on this thing. This is probably just like a part of the dungeon, but I like it. It makes me happy. Okay, let me go back a bit.
They claim to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of...
They claim to be from the kingdom of Baron. This here is Golbez's sword. I think this is Golbez. Before everything happened. Now, the kingdom of Baron is actually the city you're from in Final Fantasy IV. They are continuing on with like just the abundance of references to that game, which I think is so neat.
A means to end the Contra Memoria.
We're trying to end the Contra Memoria. Who's that? We haven't met this guy before. I don't think so.
The Contra Memoria.
But that would then be Golbez. Which is very interesting. He also seems to have like a new hairstyle. I haven't seen this hairstyle before with the braids on this side. It kind of looks like Moonbrida's hair a little bit, but still a little bit different. So we might potentially be getting a new hair sometimes in the patch. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just going to be like a hair that's for him, or will end up on the store, but let's hope it's going to come in the patch.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say.
Okay, hold on.
Everything seems to be proceeding.
That's also a boss from Final Fantasy IV. Oh, I think that's one of like the earlier bosses. It's hard to get like a good picture of him.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace.
Because he spews the water, but yeah, that's one of the first bosses of Final Fantasy IV with like all the tentacles and stuff. Oh, that's neat. I'm guessing this is also going to be part of the Ether Font.
I dare say he would have been fine without me.
He would have been fine without Thancred for some reason. Okay, this is the new variant dungeon. It is somewhere in like the Far East. I think we are working with like Hancock in Kugane on this one. It looks like it's gonna probably have some interesting lore, some Far East lore. Hopefully some nice rewards as well.
Containment seal.
What is...
Containment seal.
Why is Zero doing that next to the Lobrites? That doesn't seem right.
Then that would
Also, this animation, this jump animation is also from Final Fantasy XIV. That's what the sprites do when they're like surprised. Even with the sound. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving all the different references.
make use of.
Okay. We are clearly on the moon there, though. We are on the moon. We have our friend here with us.
Of.
So this is the promised land. The land.
Oh, look. This is the island sanctuary. I'm sure of it. Does that mean we have a new appearance for our main house? For one of the workshops at least. And the ground. Oh, this looks so nice. I love how we can keep on evolving the island sanctuary and making it so pretty. Now, obviously, the bench, this is, I think, the otter bench. A lot of these things here on the side, we can see, these are just garden decorations, but we will have like 90 slots to decorate our island sanctuary. And, oh, it's gonna look so nice. But I also just like the different pavement here. And I like the appearance of these houses. These look lovely with these glass roofs and everything. I look forward to these possible upgrades. Oh, there we can see the main house here better. Yeah, this is definitely the main house. Oh, see, we have like hanging pots. We have clearly like growing something here. Obviously, it's probably going to be fake because they've said we cannot use gardens, like garden plots. But we can probably place like the fake garden plots there, which have already things grown on them. Oh, this is gonna be so pretty. So we always have so few, few slots for outside decorations. Now finally, like every one of us is just gonna get 90 slots to play with, meaning outdoor items are gonna be so much more fun to have. And it means it's gonna be so much more fun to go to different island sanctuaries because you're gonna see like vastly different decorations. This here is the new path in the fishing expedition. They just added a new fishing expedition like pathway. This one goes to Kugane. We can see it here. We are in Doma. You can see the gates here to Kugane. Not to Kugane Castle, but to Doma Castle in the background.
Commence your invocations.
Okay. This is what I'm interested in. We all know this is where Zodiac used to be. These things here were what held him in place. Zodiac was split across all the shards. I mean, the basic version of him was here on the source, but fragments of him were on the other shards to sort of weaken him, keep him under control. Now, Zodiac is gone. But does this mean we can use this hole, which is very big, as portals through to the other shards? Is that how we're getting Vitra to the void? Because we saw them here. This is the path between the shards, and we are flying on Vitra. So that hole looks big enough to get the dragon through. So we are definitely taking Vitra to the void.
It is time to open our gate.
Yep, open gate. Oh, that's the new blue mage. I'm not sure what this is. We've now seen like 2 different instances of areas with these crooked, like these half-dead looking trees. Where's this from? Is this just duty support and I'm forgetting an old dungeon? Or is this something new? Am I missing something? If you guys know what this is related to, Can you post about it in the comments? I am really curious.
This is the moon of the 13th.
Our first view of the 13th from a distance. Yeah, we can see here a circle where I guess Zodiac may have been. Or maybe not. I don't know how like massive these rocks are or not. Maybe it's not so big, but there we see it. The 13th. The planet that the Asians really messed up. It looks kind of pretty when you're like this far away from it.
I've been waiting for this.
This is the Pandemonium. What is that? Like that looks like something from Resident Evil just growing out of the dungeon. Oh no. That is probably one of the bosses from the new raid.
What they deserved.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So 8 people there. So this is one of the bosses from the new raid. This looks really pretty. But we are also like fighting now down in the ether. Oh, what's it called? It's under Charlayan. Oh, I don't remember. It's where we went to talk to Heidelin.
Fools. Like you would-be heroes. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back.
We did see him show his, like, we did see the half of his mask last time and saying it always ends the same way, a knife in the back. Are we, like, is the other guy Igiyor? Because I know La Habrea and Igiyor are the ones that combine together. Maybe that's like a silly thought.
Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty.
Okay. We are clearly going to Garlemald. When we are meeting Julius, we're taking Zero with us because we see her shaking hand with Julius. They've already met once before. They connected quite nicely over food. He was the first one to give her something that isn't apple, and that makes me so happy. But
Even now, I struggle with.
who's that? It could be his dad. Or somebody else high-ranking from Garlemald. It may be somebody who's either we're going to want to put into power, or like who's going to step up, or it may be somebody who was like pushing people down before. It's hard to tell with just a profile.
Fear and uncertainty.
But he is talking about like fear and uncertainty, so it feels like that would relate negatively to that man. But we also know they do like to put audio in like weird places to confuse us. So it's hard to tell.
Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here?
Okay.
What
Hold
is
on.
right? Where do we go from here?
That's the tower. Tower of Babel. And we are activating the space beacon again, the way to go to the moon. I think this looks really intense, but I think this is just when we're getting Vitra to the moon, because we're going to have to take him to Garlemald and take him up that way, because he's not attuned to the Aetherite on the moon. They might be worried about like activating the tower again, because that hasn't been done since, well, we went up. More raid bosses. This has to be from the raid. Yeah, this is from... Look, this looks like it's the house. It has like a pillar here and everything. We are fighting the house. Oh, and this has the yellow goop we saw like growing before. but it also has a face. Also, why does this here kind of look like eyes with tears flowing down? Why is that? I don't know. I'm really curious to see what the context is behind this boss. I would not be surprised if this is actually the final boss. It's probably the final boss. Okay, and then fighting Golbez. They did show the Golbez fight a little bit during the live letter. The music in that fight is actually from Final Fantasy IV, and I know I keep on saying like, oh, it's from Final Fantasy IV, but it's really, really neat. I think it's very exciting. And it looks really interesting. He has like a dragon with him. It was connected to his shoulder, but now it seems to be fully disconnected. But that's not horns like that ship. Hold on, let me go back. Huh. If we look at her horns, so they go like out and then in a loop and then kind of straightes back. Out and a loop and kind of straightens back. So it's Astaya's horns, but it doesn't have any wings. He has wings. Yes, he has wings. How peculiar. So it's some sort of a monstrosity version of Astaya, maybe. Yeah, the music that's going to come now in the background is from Final Fantasy IV. Just...
At last. The moment is at hand. Come, face me.
Okay, hold on.
At hand.
This thing. Is this him summoning the dragon? Or something else? Can't really see the face of the dragon that well.
Face me. The hero who shattered the wheel and brought salvation to the world.
The hero who shattered the wheel and brought salvation to the world. That voice, though.
Fight with me for the salvation of all our souls. Brought salvation to the world.
Okay, I'm really bad with voices, but I'm not sure these are the same voices. This may be Golbez talking in both instances, but it may not. And I don't know, I think these eyes, we may be summoning the dragon. This may be him summoning the dragon. Like whatever he made to create that like weird version of Astaya, but at the same time, could it be something else? Especially when you think about what we're seeing in this video is Golbez isn't bad, or at least his original goal isn't bad. He seems to want to save everyone on his planet. Or at some point he did want to, because it's hard to tell if the voice line is from the past, like from a memory, or from him right now. I think this patch is going to be very, very interesting when it comes to the story. Because we might be about to see like something bigger bad than Golbez. Which would be really interesting. Now, tell me, what do you think about the trailer in the comments down below? I want to hear all about it because I thought it was so good. I am very excited about it. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the comments. And I hope you have a lovely day. Bye bye.